She had it all and then lost everything. Many of the Hollywood A-listers we know today rose to fame in the 1980s. Actress Kim Basinger was on track to become a household name as well. Now at 69, it's hard to believe how much she's changed. Especially after losing her fortune. The model-turned-actress faced a series of unfortunate events that pushed her out of the spotlight. Wait until you hear about the string of bad decisions she made back then. Beyond her finances and career, there was another side of her life that the popular 80s star struggled with, despite her fame. If you're curious about Kim Basinger's journey and want answers to these questions, stick around to find out more. But first, let's take a look at her humble beginnings. Born Kim Ann Basinger on December 8, 1953. Her parents were I and Donald Wade Basinger. Like Kim, her mother was both a model and actress, while her father was a talent manager and a musician in a big band. Kim is the middle child, with two older brothers, Skip and Mike, and two younger sisters, Barbara and Ashley. Although she later acted in front of the camera, Kim describes herself as a very shy child. She recalls nearly fainting when asked to speak in class, which had a lasting impact on her teenage years, and eventually developed into deeper struggles as she grew older, but more on that later. Despite her shyness, Kim had a relatively normal childhood. She studied ballet from age 3 through her early teens, a decision that proved pivotal in building her confidence. She soon joined her school's cheerleading squad, which boosted her popularity, and at 17, she competed in America's Junior Miss Scholarship pageant where she was crowned Athens Junior Miss and gained national TV exposure with a face and body to die for. It's no surprise Kim Basinger quickly caught the attention of the modeling industry. Initially, she turned down an offer from the Ford Modeling Agency and chose to enroll at the University of Georgia, exploring singing and acting. But eventually, she reconsidered and joined Ford, which allowed her to earn easy money. But at one point, her daily modeling salary was a staggering $11,000. Despite the lucrative pay, Basinger didn't enjoy the modeling world. In fact, she loathed it. She found the constant hustle from one booking to another exhausting and hated always having to be hyper-aware of her appearance. I couldn't stand it, I felt myself choking. She revealed in a 2007 interview with James Robert Parrish for the Hollywood Book of Extravagance. After her contract with Ford ended, Basinger graced several magazine covers and even appeared on the debut album cover of the band Survivor's Playhouse and occasionally performed as a singer at clubs in Greenwich Village. Eventually, she grew tired of modeling and decided to focus on acting full-time. Moving to Los Angeles, she landed small roles in TV shows like Macmillan and Wife and Charlie's Angels. Her first starring role came in the 1978 film Katie, Portrait of a Centerfold, about a small-town girl who moves to Hollywood and becomes a men's magazine centerfold. Basinger kept busy mostly with TV roles. Her commercial breakthrough came in 1983 when she landed the role of Domino Patacci, one of the Bond girls, in Never Say Never Again, acting alongside Sean Connery. Another factor boosting her popularity was her 1981 Playboy shoot, which opened many doors. Soon, she starred opposite Robert Redford in the 1984 film The Natural, earning a Golden Globe nomination for Best Supporting Actress. Director Blake Edwards took notice and cast her in 2 of his films. The 1983 comedy, The Man Who Loved Women, where she played a beautiful woman married to a Texas millionaire, and the 1987 comedy Blind Date, in which she portrayed a shy woman on a date with a workaholic. While these films were well received, it was the 1986 erotic drama, 9.5 Weeks, that left a lasting impact on her career. Starring alongside Mickey Rourke, she played a New York City art gallery employee caught in an intense love affair. Though the film didn't perform well at the North American box office, it gained a cult following in Europe, especially France, and became one of the highest-grossing films of the decade. However, the experience was far from easy for Basinger. Few people know that she was slapped and psychologically abused during filming. The auditions alone left her in tears, telling her agent it was the worst experience of her life. The film's director, Adrian Lyne, was determined to keep her on, bored and later apologized by sending her 24 red roses and a heartfelt letter, enough to convince her to continue. While 9.5 weeks catapulted Basinger to international fame, it was not the kind of recognition she wanted. The actress longed for people to appreciate her talent rather than just her looks or controversial roles. Although Kim Basinger was undeniably beautiful, that was often the only thing people remembered her for, her physical appearance. While this wasn't necessarily a bad thing, it branded her as a sex symbol and an erotic myth, especially after her sensual striptease scene opposite Mickey Rourke in 9.5 weeks. Director Adrian Lyne even bragged to the New York Times about a disturbing incident on set where Rourke grabbed Basinger forcefully while she pleaded for him to let go. She cried and hit him until he finally released her, but then he slapped her, triggering a panic attack. In a later interview with the same publication, Basinger admitted she was ready to quit acting after that experience and called Lyne sick for putting her through such cruelty, yet despite everything, she eventually freed herself from any resentment, saying that facing her fears head-on was a personal victory. Fortunately, 9.5 weeks didn't stop Basinger from continuing her career. The role that truly showcased her acting talent came years later with her portrayal of the femme fatale, Lynn Bracken, in the neo-noir crime film L.A. Confidential. Her performance earned her a BAFTA nomination, as well as Oscar and Golden Globe wins. This proved that when given the right script and role, Kim Basinger could deliver the powerful acting chops needed to succeed. Though she found success in Hollywood, Basinger remains aware of how fleeting and unpredictable fame can be. A 2013 interview with Vanity Fair, she reflected on her career and expressed how mindful she is of its unstable nature. Having experienced many successful films and projects, she stays humble, knowing it could all vanish in an instant. She also appreciates everything she's accomplished, crediting this gratitude for her longevity in the industry. While she's not obsessed with the red carpet glamour, she loves doing the work the industry requires. Basinger also opened up about a personal struggle. She developed agoraphobia in 1981, just a year after marrying her second husband. One day, while at a health food store, she suffered a panic attack that left her housebound for 6 months. This condition, along with anxiety, was a major reason she needed to step away from the spotlight for a time. Unlike many stars, Basinger chose to manage her mood disorders without medication or substances, a decision that has proven effective over the years. "Now I wake up and enjoy life," she told Vanity Fair. "I didn't want to live on drugs, wanted to face everything I was afraid of." So why did Kim Basinger withdraw from the media spotlight? Was it because the public grew tired of her? Or were there other reasons behind her sudden disappearance? Many celebrities fall from grace due to controversial choices or substance abuse. Basinger's decline came from a series of poor financial decisions and Hollywood's ever-changing demands, ones she struggled to meet. At her peak, Basinger was often cast more for her looks than her acting talent. If you glance at her filmography, you'll notice a pattern. Many of her roles were femme fatales, erotic thriller characters, or the beautiful romantic interest of the leading man. Her early success was largely built on her striking appearance. But, like all actors, Basinger aged. Unfortunately, the film industry is notoriously harsh on aging actresses compared to their male counterparts. Eventually, she outgrew the roles she was typecast in. Since acting was her main source of income, she began accepting parts that weren't great fits, resulting in a string of flops. One notable example is Cool World 1992, controversial comedy fantasy film that mixed live action with animation. The movie was widely criticized as a failed attempt to replicate the success of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Basinger played the character, Hollywood, another femme fatale, who tries to escape her 2D animated world by seducing the cartoonist who drew her. Cool World was originally intended to be a violent, gritty film, directed by Ralph Bakshi, famous for his adult animated features. However, Basinger later changed her mind about the direction, wanting the film to be appropriate for children's hospitals. This clash of visions caused tension and infighting behind the scenes, contributing to the film's disastrous production and box office failure. As her star power faded, Basinger stopped receiving major role offers and had to settle for low-budget or straight-to-video movies. Looking at her career overall, She made about 4 times as many bad movies as good ones. While she delivered strong performances in hits like LA Confidential and Batman, her success rate was quite low. According to Rotten Tomatoes, only 6 of her films earned positive scores from both critics and audiences. In contrast, 26 of her movies received terrible reviews, some scoring in the single digits. The lowest rated was her 2000 thriller, Bless the Child. These poorly received films seriously damaged her star status, causing her popularity to decline. Remember when we mentioned her Golden Globe and Oscar wins for LA Confidential? That's not all, unfortunately. She also racked up 9 Razzie nominations over her career, winning once. For those unfamiliar, the Razzies are the anti-Oscars, spotlighting the worst in cinema each year. In 2001, she was even double nominated for Worst Actress for Bless the Child and I Dreamed of Africa. Despite these setbacks, Basinger once had a steady income and seemed to be doing well. At her family's suggestion, she invested heavily in privately owned land in Brosselton, Georgia. Marking a shift toward financial stability outside of Hollywood, Kim Basinger purchased a massive 1,691-acre parcel of land in Brosselton, Georgia, for $20 million. She had ambitious plans to build a Hollywood-themed tourist attraction, complete with several movie studios and film festivals, aiming to modernize the area and boost tourism. However, none of these plans ever materialized, and Brosselton remained largely unchanged years later. Eventually, she decided to back out of the project and put the land up for sale, ultimately selling it for just $1 million, suffering huge loss on her initial investment. Another major factor contributing to her financial troubles was her involvement in the boxing Helena scandal. Basinger had agreed to star in the film, but later backed out. As a result, the production company, Mainline Films, sued her. The jury initially ordered her to pay $8.1 million, but after negotiations, the amount was reduced to $7.4 million, plus an additional $4 million in attorney's fees. She ended up filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy because she was unable to pay. The legal battle was worsened by Basinger publicly criticizing the film's script, which sparked a highly publicized court case. Eventually, both parties settled, with Basinger required to pay Mainline $3.8 million. Despite her ups and downs, Basinger's charm and beauty made her a popular figure in Hollywood, and she had several notable relationships during her prime. Even before becoming famous, she dated some high-profile men like model Tim Saunders, football player Joe Namath, and photographer Dale Robinette. Basinger married twice, with her first marriage to Ron Snyder Britton, her makeup artist, whom she met on the set of Hard Country. They married on October 12, 1980. During their marriage, Snyder even changed his last name to Britton at Basinger's request. She wanted them to share the same initials, something she valued. Unfortunately, the marriage ended in divorce just before Christmas 1989. Following the split, Basinger paid Snyder $9,000 in monthly alimony for 8 years. In Snyder's memoir Longer Than Forever, he revealed how he discovered Basinger was having an affair with actor Richard Gere in 1986. Snyder found love letters from Gere and even followed Basinger to a restaurant where he caught the two kissing. Despite this, the couple managed to separate on good terms. Years later, John Peters, the producer of Batman, also claimed to have dated Basinger. He told The Hollywood Reporter that he connected with her during a difficult time when she was dealing with an abusive husband, and that he once protected her. Although they had an affair, Peters and Basinger remained friends. Adding another twist to this story, Batman star Michael Keaton reportedly had feelings for Basinger. Peters said Keaton was upset when he found out about Basinger and Peters' relationship, feeling rejected despite being the lead actor. Aside from dating producer John Peters, Kim Basinger was also romantically linked to other high-profile figures like fashion designer Lexio Gandara and fitness trainer Phil Walsh. Top of these relationships, the legendary music icon Prince also fell under her spell. This connection worked in Basinger's favor as she had long been passionate about singing and wanted to pursue a music career. Basinger made several attempts to break into the music industry, releasing a few cover songs and singles and collaborating with artists like Ozzy Osbourne and, of course, Prince. In fact, she even recorded a full album with Prince in 1989 called Hollywood Affair, though the album was never officially released. It leaked in Germany in 1997, and if you dig deep enough, you might still find it online. Their relationship was intense, to say the least. Basinger famously turned her back on Hollywood to live with Prince in his Minneapolis mansion. Its rebellious move angered her family, who believed Prince was controlling her and preventing her from thinking clearly. According to a report from Page 6, her family even went so far as to storm Prince's home while he was away and forcibly take Basinger back to California. Was her love life chaotic? Absolutely. But the most turbulent relationship was yet to come. Any guesses on who her next partner might be? Keep watching to find out. Kim Basinger met her second husband, co-actor Alec Baldwin, while filming the romantic comedy The Marrying Man. This Hollywood power couple also starred together in the 1994 remake of the action thriller The Getaway and appeared in a 1998 episode of The Simpsons. The couple was together for nearly a decade and had a daughter, Ireland, born on October 23, 1995. When Basinger and Baldwin split in the early 2000s, Ireland became Basinger's top priority. The divorce was heavily publicized, and the couple fought bitterly over custody. In his memoir, A Promise to Ourselves, A Journey Through Fatherhood and Divorce, detailed the painful and contentious legal battles, sharing how deeply affected he was by the separation. Meanwhile, Basinger kept a low profile, expressing her desire to provide Ireland with a calm, stable environment despite growing up in the spotlight. Contrary to popular belief, she continued working in the industry, but shifted her focus behind the scenes as a producer in 2008. She both starred in and produced the crime thriller while she was out, showing her commitment to working both in front of and behind the camera. Kim Basinger not only starred in the 2008 crime thriller while she was out, but also produced it, showing her ability to work both in front of and behind the camera. So what happened next to the actress? Keep watching, because here's what she looks like now at 6'9". Falling from grace is not unusual among celebrities. Even those who understand that fame is fleeting, Kim Basinger knows she's past her prime, especially after some questionable decisions earlier in her career, yet surprisingly, she's embraced it all with modesty and grace. Unlike many actors and actresses who have struggled with substance abuse or personal turmoil, Basinger kept herself together. This stability partly explains why she's maintained a relatively low profile in recent years. And guess what? She gave love another shot this time, with her longtime hairstylist, Mitch Stone. The couple has been romantically linked since 2014. Although they keep their relationship mostly private, several reports claim they've been spotted wearing gold bands. Basinger still nurtures her artistic side, but now she's turned to writing children's stories. This creative outlet also serves as personal therapy. In a 2021 interview with Vulture magazine, she shared, "My boyfriend and I spent a lot of time in Hawaii, our favorite place on earth. I've always loved writing. I'm getting more into it these days, especially children's books. Another passion close to her heart is animal protection. She works with 4 animal welfare organizations to help stop cruelty worldwide. As for acting, it seems she's stepping back from the spotlight. Her most recent roles were in 50 Shades Darker and 50 Shades Freed Apart. She took on it, the urging of her daughter, Ireland. Now, Basinger appears to be focusing on voice work, having lent her voice to the Amazon Prime series Comrade, Detective, and the animated short film Back Home Again. If there's one cause Kim Basinger has always been passionate about, it's animal rights. As a vegetarian and activist, she's posed in anti-fur campaigns for PETA and filmed public service announcements for Farm Sanctuary. She even helps push legislation to protect farm animals and spoke out against the dog meat trade in Asia. When Indonesia banned the dog meat trade in March 2023, Basinger publicly thanked the country's interim Jakarta governor, Bru Budi Hartono, for his efforts. "Your actions send a very clear message. Dogs are not food," she said. She added that these laws will have a lasting impact, protecting both animals and people. Basinger also emphasized that dogs are a gift to humanity, loyal companions who serve mankind. So what do you think about Kim Basinger? Do you see her as a failure, as some critics claim, or as someone who's found her own path beyond fame and fortune? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our latest updates. Until then, stay golden.